Well, boys and girls, the new Football Manager patch might have been out a few days, but I've not actually produced any content in which post-patch match content has been included yet. We're about to find out if it's broken the diamond that I love so much. And also, just the whole casual, £50 million left in the transfer budget after the end of the summer. So there's going to be panic buys too. Right. Christopher has asked me to start the stream with an announcement for LOLLUJO 2 because he can't be bothered to do as much work anymore. So there's going to be less content going forward. I think that was the gist of it, wasn't it, Chris? This is the first of only 4 streams between now and the 18th of December, which is, 13 days? 4 streams in 13 days, because I'm on holiday next week. And apparently, Chris can't turn 4 streams into 13 days worth of content. So if you do normally watch this on LOLLUJO 2 and content is a little bit sporadic over the next week or so, don't panic. The reason for it is I'm on holiday. I'm not streaming. There'll be clips here and there, but we kind of agreed between us that there wasn't a lot of point in forcing a clip out every single day just to get daily content out. So there'll still be clips here and there when there's good clips. But there might be the odd day when there's no content at all, and that's fine because Chris doesn't want to work as much. I thought he might edit it out from the first time I said it, so I had to include it in the main thing as well. So yeah, last week we did a transfer special, or transfer window, I guess you would call it. You're being technically correct. We did spend a lot of money. We brought in this guy, Adam Fell. Hope he's all right. He's our new centre back. I love the fact that this always goes back to the current season now. Makes it really convenient for doing these kind of recaps. We signed this guy, Dimitri Savic, who is a young up-and-coming midfield player. Oh, look, we've got to go back again. That's really helpful. We've got Nicolas Langlois, who is a new backup left-back for us. Just got to jump back to that season again. It's really convenient. Isidra is a new squad player for defensive midfield, central midfield. He's got the potential to end up a first-team starter as well. Just nipping back to last season again. We signed David Crammond, an English 21-year-old striker, an English wonder kid, or he was when he signed, for £17.5 million. This guy with these physicals only cost me £17.5 million. He was playing for Burnley in the Championship last year, got 22 goals. He's going to be a superstar. Just need to nip back to last season as well, just to confirm. We did sell a few players as well. So notable players who have now departed. Where are we? Let's try and just focus on the notable ones. So Callum, no, that's the wrong summer. That's the previous summer. I'm going to say Callum Doyle left ages ago. So nobody left. Nobody left. We sold a few of them. Hold on, we've gone the wrong way. We sold a few of them after the turn of the year. Vitaly Becker went to Monaco because we signed a new backup left back. Spendy's gone to Wolfsburg. Leopold's gone to Stuttgart. And then we brought in a couple more. Joel Davies is a new backup goalkeeper for us. And Mark Palop is a new wonder kid, will be soon, Spanish 18-year-old midfield player with a great name, and he will become homegrown at the club. So they were our transfers. All of that means we've still got big budget spenderillos. So that's nice. We like to have big budget spenderillos. The season has started. We played one match and lost away to Leicester, which wasn't ideal. The speculation is that the new update might have nerfed my beloved diamond. So we're going to be experimenting with the diamond for the next couple of matches. If we get to the Forest game and we're still struggling, we've then got £50 million on deadline day to go out and buy 4 wingers so that we can convert to a different system. And we have got wingers in the squad. Hendrick can play wide, and Little Joe can play wide. Ricky J. Jones, of course, can play wide. Savic can play wide. We have got players who can play out there, but that's what I'm saving that money for, in case we need an emergency backup plan that involves wingers, so we can go and buy some wingers. Of course, Diego. I always forget about Diego, bless his cotton socks. He is actually a winger. So, of course, he could play out wide as well. We need an elite player, 100 million minimum. Well, that's the thing. If, hello, what's this? If we get to deadline day and the diamond is working again, we will do that. Who the hell is Mark Bryant? I mean, he's an 18-year-old, so I guess Paskev had a plan, bring in some more 18-year-olds. So, yeah, bring him in, Paskev. Paskev did a transfer. Good work, Paskev. Oh, Oh, 1-star current ability, but 5-star potentially just goes into the youth team. That's fine. We need more players who are going to become homegrown at club because we haven't got many and our youth system is bobbins. Most clubs can rely on a couple of youth players being in and around the squad. We don't have that luxury. So we need guys like this who might never be good enough to play for the first team, but will fill a 25-man squad. So there's logic there. Who the hell is this guy and why are we signing him? Miguel Angel Norez is rubbish. Why are we signing him? Past Kev, what are you up to? We're not bringing this guy in. I don't know what Past Kev's plan was here. Have you got any more little surprises for me, Past Kev? Halop for the under-21s, that's fine. Although we can't loan him out because he needs to become... Although, has anyone checked this year? Because in real life, you can become homegrown at club when you're out on loan. Saliba's homegrown at Arsenal, even though he spent 3 years back in France on loan. But he is homegrown at Arsenal. So, can you now become homegrown at club if you're out on loan? Has anyone checked that this year? Right, we're going to have a proper look at Crammond. Did he play in the first game? He came off the bench. This is a first start for David Crammond, the great hope, the new Micah Beerith. A man who's single-handedly going to end Micah Beerith's career, both at Peterborough and England, because, of course, Beerith was playing for England at the Euros in the summer. But Crammond has now taken his club spot. He's going to take his international spot. Oh, Crammond winning the ball back. See, proper pressing forward. And now Endrick is going to do what Endrick does. That's not what Endrick normally does, is it? Find good players to get out of top 8 in the Europa League. Just be patient. Oh, was that a cheeky little back heel finish from Endrick? The players will appear eventually. Just have faith in your scouts. It's not a process you can rush. It takes several seasons. Takes several seasons. I don't have words today. I think that was a little back heel from Endrick. There's not really a way to fast track that process, at least to be sure of long-term success. You might be able to fast track a fluke season with a fluke signing if they're really, really, really good. But even if you do that, you won't then be able to keep hold of them. If you've been watching along with this save, you'll know the panic we go into every transfer window that Endrick might leave because he's far too good for us. I don't want to wish that on anybody. No one deserves the Endrick panic. By the way, everyone, I don't know if you can see behind me, I do have my Christmas tree. A different spot to last year. You can't see. Hold on. The chair's in the way. There is a tree behind me. I'll have to move it. It's no good there. Micah bleeping Beerith. Chris, just put a tree in the edit. There you go. But I'm pointing at a tree. There's not one there. Chris has removed it, which is a weird thing to do. Creating work for himself. Strange boy. Right, well, the diamond's back, which is nice to see. Endrick's still great, which is nice to see. That means we don't need a winger. We're 6 seasons in and he's got a real picture in which he has a proper moustache and beard. How old is that guy in real life to have that facial hair? Can we check his birth certificate? Wait, so you're telling me this guy is 17 years old in real life and has that facial hair? I am calling shenanigans. Not a chance. I couldn't grow a moustache and beard at 17. There's no way he can. See, that he's same age in real life. That's a 17-year-old's moustache. That's much more realistic. I believe his age. The other guy, not a chance. On that note, what about Gravenberch? Didn't he go to Southampton or somewhere ridiculous? Let's get the Keverton boys back together. I mean, yeah. He must. He's still at Southampton, bless him. Gravenberch would do. Gravenberch would do. We're Peterborough United. Gravenberch will do. All we want's all the pennies. Goodness me. Boom. How is it taking Gravenberch so long to turn up? What is the delay here? Surely he's not having to think about it. Because that is alarming if he's having to think about this. Southampton finished 11th and are not in Europe. There's no thinking that needs doing. It's me mispronouncing his name. I'll have you know, I was saying his name like this before he existed. So it's him mispronouncing his name. Why is he only showing us 3-star current ability? I mean, that'll change with form, I'm sure. Ryan Gravenberch is a Peterboroughian. Oh, we've loaned Palop out. That's unfortunate. He's now not going to be homegrown club. How has that been allowed to happen? Ah, fudge. This is what happens when you put them down in the under 18s, I guess. Well, that's problematic. Don't put them down in the under 23s, everybody, because that happens. Now there's no way to recall him for a month. That just happened as well. I had no say in that. Oh, Patrick's made his Germany debut. Awesome sauce. Good work, Patrick. You know there's an Italian lower league database floating around, or do I know if there's one? I don't know. I wouldn't trust lower league databases very much anyway, certainly not this early in the year. They've not had time to be thoroughly tested yet, and what on earth has just happened there? Goalkeepers have been fixed, everybody. Let's just remember, goalkeepers have been fixed. So obviously that didn't happen. There was such a horrible example of terrible goalkeeping in the Non-League to Legend video I recorded today. You won't see it for over a week. When it comes up in Non-League to Legend, you'll know what I was talking about. It is an absurd goal, the likes of which I've never seen before. I'm telling you about it now. You'll remember it. Endrick is injured. This isn't good. We got FM'd because we're playing in the Europa League next. We saw it last year. I mean, it's a completely unavoidable thing. It happened all last year. The game before we played in the Champions League, we lost. It's just football manager things. There doesn't seem to be anything you can do about it. We were in great form, apart from the match before every European game. Crammon's injured as well. This was going to be his big chance against Eindhoven. We've now got to do Eindhoven and Manchester United without Endrick or Crammond. Yeah, Endrick's injured, which is why he's not available for this match. But we have got our other Brazilian wonder kid, who's just laid his marker down for Europa League this season. If you've got to factor in the fact that there's 2 people involved who have real jobs, it's just not going to, you're not going to get the 4 people together every week. You need 4 full-time creators, which means we're stuck with Tom. No one wants Tom. Gravenberch is here, by the way. I mean, I told you this guy would be a superstar for us. Lost to Posh. It's not a loss to Posh at all. They're going there to carry on their development, ready to come back and take over us in a couple of years. I don't think they're gone permanently. It's almost like a development loan for them in management roles. They'll be back within 3 years as the management duo at Posh. I like poor Tom FM. He's too nice and innocent for the degenerates in the network game, though. Oh, yeah, exactly. We'd have that boy in tears once a week. It's just a good time being on the lowdown. PSV are feeling like South Korea are feeling in real life. And by the way, can I point out, our worry going into this game is that both of our first choice strikers were unavailable. So we've not really got a striker on the pitch. Little Joe, who's just scored that screamer, is a midfielder, and Silas is our creative attacker, our Bergkamp style player. Raul Walters playing centre-back in Europe. Who'd have thought it? When we brought him in as our rotation fullback in the Championship. Did Micah win the World Cup? It was the Euros he was that, I think, and I don't think he did. The knighthood is why Micah Beerif got called up. It might be. Yeah, we confused the England manager. But it is only Mourinho. He's easily confused. What a performance from Little Joe. That's him playing at centre forward as well. Right, come on, let's do a football. 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 I'm getting warm. Do I have to take off my hoodie? I have a second tier t-shirt on today. I wouldn't wear this t-shirt on its own. This is a under a hoodie t-shirt. I mean, it's not a terrible t-shirt. Actually a pretty cool t-shirt. But it wouldn't be a first tier t-shirt these days. Kind of t-shirt I wore when I was in my 30s. Now I'm in my 40s. I'm a plain t-shirt kind of guy. Or a wrestling t-shirt. It's part of my t-shirts and my personality. How often do I get recognised out and about? Most times I go out and about. Anna gets very embarrassed. It's hilarious. Yeah, pretty much anywhere now. Anywhere we go. Multiple times. I think it's awesome. I think it's really cool. If they could build Wardlow up properly, that'd be the best story, but they've kind of messed Wardlow up over the last few months. If they'd have kept Wardlow's momentum going from the original MJF feud, I mean, they've got time to build him back up again. I think that would probably be the best one. Oh, I feel like Ricky Starks is maybe a little bit too early because he would have been a good candidate, but he's obviously... Jungle Boy is a very good shout as well. Yeah, Jungle Boy's a great shout. Who knows who they're going to build? Keith Lee needs a main event run. Miro, there's all sorts of people who could do it eventually. I think MJF needs a long title run. Darby Allin. See, they need to get him away from Sting. They get him away from Sting and let him actually be his own thing, maybe. I think Darby Allin's just quite happy hanging out with Sting and making his little promo videos. Take it with him. Or at least give... I mean, hopefully Punk comes back, and once he's done feuding with Kenny Omega, that would be a fun feud. How many football shirts do I have? About 70, I think, in total. A lot of them are in my storage unit now. I think back to when we first met in King's Cross. What a YouTube crossover it was. It was me, Dr. Benji and Ellis, crossing paths in King's Cross Station about 5 years ago. Didn't have 100,000 subscribers between the three of us. Oh, if only we knew where the three of us would end up. We were all very arrogant. We all knew where it was going to end up. But still, I know that was when I think that was when I first met Tom FM. It was either that or at the Nottingham event. My life changed the day I met Tom FM. It's when I swore to always have a beard so the two of us wouldn't get confused for each other. Come on, Adam Fell. I hope he's all right. Oh, look at that control from Silas. It's like the ball is glued to him. How he came through Brighton's youth team, I do not know. He is a special boy, and there is another special boy. Southampton were ruining him. We've saved his career bringing him to Posh. Big teams haven't faced anyone any good yet. That's the nature of how the draw works. The big teams are generally kept apart until later in the tournament. I think the best idea Southgate has had in recent years is looking at how both Manchester City and Arsenal are playing and trying to replicate it with England. Use that system, especially when so many of the attackers currently play or have played in that system that works so well. So you're not going to see a leggy, tired England on Saturday. Ultimately, however poor England were against the US, we did have the best performance of any team in the tournament in qualifying. So everyone had at least one off day in the in the group stage. Everyone had at least one poor performance in the group stage. Squeeze a stream in Sunday afternoon or something after England win, just so I can laugh at you all. It'll just be a really good... I might do that hot tub stream after all. Get there Monday afternoon and just do a stream where I just laugh for 10 minutes. And then that's that. Or a cry stream. I won't cry though. If we lose, then fair enough. We've lost to the best team in the tournament. I'm not saying we're definitely going to win. I'm saying we're quite capable of winning, which is true. People completely writing us off and saying we're not capable of beating France is absolute bobbins. Of course we're capable of beating France. We might not. I think these are the two best teams in the tournament facing off in the quarterfinal. The best team that England played was USA, and it was a draw. France are levels above England. We'll find out on Saturday, won't we? I expect to see you in the next stream after that, apologising when, even if France do win, it'll be a narrow victory, and the idea that they're levels above us will be proven to be absolute bobbins. And you'll come in and say, I'm sorry, Kev, I was wrong. France aren't levels above England. They're actually two very evenly matched teams. In the end, insert team here, won. But you were right. They're pretty evenly matched teams. Football and Football Manager are two different things. You can't just pick the best players and push them into whatever role you feel like and assume it'll work. But that's what's great about this England team. What a great goal that is from Hendrick. Again, you shouldn't be disallowing this, referee, because it's a lovely finish. Lovely finishes should be allowed. And there it is allowed. But that's what I like about how Southgate's managing England. And I know a lot of people moan, but the fact he didn't pick Rashford yesterday after he scored 2 goals against Wales, I think that showed a lot of bottle as a manager. I said, oh, he was right to drop Rashford. I like that. The amount of people saying, oh, no, you can play all 3 of them. Play Foden as the 10 and drop Bellingham back alongside Rice. What? You take our best player and play him alongside Rice in central midfield. Bellingham is... Chris, I saw you do this Moussa Dembele comparison yesterday. I almost called you out on Twitter, but speaking absolute trash. My word. Can we all just take a moment to laugh at Chris, whose great comparison for Bellingham is that he's like Moussa Dembele? Oh, my word. He's the best player we've got in that position. Not only is he the best player we've got in that position, he's the one who plays that position in this system week in, week out for the team that's top of the Premier League. That's why Foden should be starting as well. His knee injury could be catastrophic. Yeah. That's where Cody Gakpo comes in. Or Mbappe. I'll take Mbappe. Like I said, I have now added Mbappe to the Edu list. I'll have to watch the Brazil game back because it was obviously on while I was streaming. I'll have to watch the Brazil game back to see if there's anyone from that game who needs adding. I am trying to be careful not to have too many players from the same position. I think with Gakpo and Mbappe already on the list, does mean there's not much room on the list for Vinicius. Right, we've got time to squeeze in one more match, I think. So one more match, Squozen shall be. English sentences with Kev. That's what you're here for. Our 2 Brazilian superstars up front. And Savic, by the way. Savic is all right. After successive managers at Bayern Munich and Southampton tried their best to ruin him, we're reassembling his career. Turning him into the midfielder he was always supposed to be. Look how far advanced he is. Look at that pass for Hendrick. Oh, come on. Oh, getting my boys together. Even if it's not necessarily logical regards to their actual safety. It's about doing what's best for his family. When they're all going to be feeling very vulnerable. Can we have Hendrick's hat-trick before half-time here? Oh, no, Silas is going to have a go. And there's Bellingham to make it 3. I mean, I tell you what, Silas is labelled by the media as an unpredictable forward. There we go. I was expecting the cross here, and he's had a shot that no one was ready for. And Bellingham's there to tap in the rebound. Francis Jeffers can go on that list as well. Yeah, Saido Berahino. He was great at Posh. Freddie Adu was never good in the first place, so he's not a decline. I hope you lot are messing with me saying Freddie Adu. And Ravel Morrison. Ravel Morrison was never good in the first place. Unfulfilled potential is different from being a good player who declined. It's a different question. Yeah, playing alongside his mate again, who made him look good for 3 years until he started making other people look good instead. Until Mourinho came in and was like, hang on, this guy isn't any good. He just looks good because of who he's playing with. Bin him off. Always rated that Mourinho. What a man. Right, boys and girls, on that note, I need to go and have a lie down because I've complimented Harry Kane twice in one evening. Can't you tell the World Cup's on? Normal service will be resumed tomorrow. And we will be back, same sort of time again. And we're going to be top of the league. We're winning the league this year. It's gone under the radar a little bit, but we're going to win the league this year.